What's going on YouTube? It's Sankey. I make videos on the stock market. So as we're at that midweek point in the market, I want to give you guys an update on our home run plays, tell you what's been going on in their business and catalysts they have coming up so you guys are set and ready with a strategy to make sure you have success with these plays. Now let's jump into the first one. Up on screen you have DSG Global. They had a really good day of trading on Tuesday, up 28%. If you don't know DSG Global, they have two subsidiaries and their main subsidiary is a distributor of electric vehicles. Now they don't manufacture the vehicles and this gives them a lot of distinct advantages over a lot of the other players in the industry. Now the reason their share price catapulted 28% is because they've reached another agreement with one of their manufacturing partners. Now they have three manufacturing partners and this manufacturing partner is called Skywell. Skywell is now going to send DSG Global their K15 box trucks, right? So they can sell them on in North America exclusively. So only DSG Global through their Emporia Motors subsidiary is going to be able to sell these K15 box trucks. Now this is good for DSG for a number of different reasons. The first is that there's not that many available electric vehicle box trucks on the market at the moment, and that gives DSG a distinct advantage. Another is that the price and quality of Skywell is said to be very good, and another is that this just kicks off the partnership that is going to take place between Skywell and DSG. There's a lot of different models that Skywell manufacture, right, from buses to trucks to cargo vans, passenger vans, and we can now start to expect to see Skywell start to send more and more of these different variations, right, to DSG for them to sell throughout North America. So I just want to put this on your radar. There's some forecasts about what we can expect to see from electric vehicle sales in North America in 2021. So as you can see, 500,000 vehicles expected to be sold. Now North America is DSG's target market and they're expected to do about 8,000 vehicle sales in 2021, and this gives them market share of less than 2%, which I think is very achievable. Now if they do hit that target, this is going to give them revenues in the range of 14 million, and if they hit that 40 million target, or if they're, as they're working through the year and they're on track to hit that 40 million target, that share price is only going to go up. So I want to put a big catalyst for the DSG stock price on your radar so you're well aware of it before it kicks off, and that is the launch of their Experience Center. Now the Experience Center is where they're going to house all of their vehicles that they import from their manufacturers. Remember, they've got three manufacturers. The first we've spoken about is Skywell, another is Janway, and another is Rumble, right? All offering all different types of electric vehicles. So for the last couple of weeks, they've been receiving shipments from all of their manufacturing partners to store all these cars within the Experience Center. And when it's finally open, which is expected to be early 2021, it's going to be open to customers and dealers so they can come and view the cars, test drive the cars, and see if they want to purchase them. So it's a pretty big deal for the company. Over the last couple of weeks, we've seen some big upwards movements in that DSG stock price. The stock moves very favorably to good news, right? That's news on any strengthening of the partnerships that they have with their manufacturers. That comes from news of any imports that they receive from their manufacturers, as well as any pre-orders. Now, going forward, I still think they're all going to act as big catalysts for this stock price. So if you're not already in this stock and you want to join us, a lot of us on this channel and over at the Patreon are in DSG, a good entry point. If you can catch this stock below $1, do consider jumping in, right? And also if you're already in this play and you want to load up some more, do try and catch the stock under $1 because I do think they're set for a very good 2021, and right now it looks like they're on track to hit their goals of that $40 million in revenue by the end of 2021. Up on screen is Alpine 4. Now a lot of us are in this play because they have a lot of catalysts coming up in the short term, medium term and long term to continue giving this business momentum. If you're new to Alpine 4, they're a holding company. They go out and acquire different high growth businesses and try and vertically integrate them, right? Now they've made two blockbuster acquisitions recently, one being Impossible Aerospace and another being Vayu, two drone companies, and they're going to try and acquire more drone companies to try and gain market share as well as other companies in high growth sectors. Now this is a fantastic play. Now they have had a couple of rocky days, right? So it's good to see a lot of the Patreons, still buying into the dip because ultimately, like I said, there's a lot of catalysts coming up. One catalyst that you need to definitely put on your radar is the uplisting to the NASDAQ, right? Now there's a Twitter post that's come out and the CEO has said, he's all geared up, fired up, ready for the uplisting to the NASDAQ, which should take place very soon, right? They've said early 2021. So we should be expecting that, earliest end of the month. Maybe it might slip into early February, and this could give the business, right, that kick, that momentum to get it onwards and upwards. Another positive is a lot of you have reached out and said, look, you can't acquire Alpine, you can't buy Alpine 4 because they're listed on the OTC, and a lot of your apps, your Robinhood, your Weebles don't allow you to buy OTC stocks. So this is good news for you guys. You know, it's coming to the NASDAQ, so it will be available for you guys to buy through those apps. And I do see this company having a lot of upside. There's a lot going for it. There's a lot that plays into Alpine 4 Technologies' favor as we go through 2021. And one thing for you guys to bear in mind, and it doesn't just apply to Alpine 4, is that if you're investing in a company where the regulations in that industry are always changing in a positive way, this is going to act as a catalyst for that stock, right? Now, I put you guys on this information a couple of days ago. The FAA, they've issued rules that are going to allow drones, small drones, to fly over people at nighttime. Now, this is just one step forward into pushing drones into everyday life. Now, we know that a lot of drone companies, they're gearing up for delivery of packages, right, using their drones. And this is going to open up billions, right, absolutely billions in potential revenue for a lot of these drone companies. And Alpine 4 is going to be well positioned to take a good portion of that market share. Do remember they've just gone and acquired Vayu, and Vayu's drones have a higher payload, right? What that means is their drones can carry a heavier weight. So this is good, especially in that delivery of packages application of using drones. So if you've been rocking with the channel, you know what time of the day it is. It's question of the day time. Over the last couple of days, a lot of you have been asking me about Galaxy Next Generation. That's ticker symbol GAXY. So I'm going to give you my 2 cents. So if you're new to Galaxy, they're an interactive learning technology business with a whole load of products, right? One of them is an interactive screen. Another is protective shields that go in the classroom that do very well at the moment. And their most recently announced product is what they call their G2 Visual Alerts. And this is software, a system that allows images and text to be sent to any school device, right? So it's very useful in today's world. I just want to quickly highlight a few things on their financials for you guys. 89% up in their revenue in Q1 2021, right? So this business is flying at the moment. But what I really like to see was their backlog. You guys know I like a company with a growing backlog, right? Because it shows that there's momentum in the business, and their backlog currently stands at $2 million. So if they're working through that backlog in this quarter, we could very well see revenue surpass $2 million, right? That's, you know, if I remind you with Neo, for example, I told you guys that Neo have a very large backlog. They just need to work through their backlog and, you know, turn that backlog into revenue. So we should get very good Q2 results from Galaxy given the backlog. And also now, the big news is that they've gone and announced that there's now a purchase agreement for $10 million of their stock from an investor. Now this is pretty huge. This is going to take place over 24 months, but there's an upfront initial $500,000 that's going to go to Galaxy so that can use to grow their business. Now we've seen a lot of stock offerings this year from all different companies, Neo, Tesla, a lot of different companies have done it. But they're doing this to take advantage of their higher share price. And what happens after usually is you might see a dip in that share price because that stock offering has a dilutive effect on the share price. But once investors realize that the company uses that money to grow the business, then you're sitting on a more on a better asset, then that share price rises. So this is good news. They're going to use this to fuel their business. Now, one thing to note is they have convertible debt right now, and they don't like that convertible debt, right? They've come out and they've actually called that convertible debt toxic. So that's one thing to note, right? Some businesses have heavy debt burdens, right? That interest rate that goes through every month is pretty significant on the business. So they can then go and refinance that debt now with the equity, the cash that they've got through this stock offering, and it just eases up the business, right? Lets the business run much better without that debt burden. Now, in terms of what they might use this new injection of capital for, one is to expand the business internationally. So in their last quarterly report, you know, we learned that they expanded to Australia. So I'm sure there's a lot of other geographies that Galaxy are looking to expand into, right? This is definitely something that can go global. Another is for acquisition purposes. So they acquired a business called Concept and Solutions in September 2019. Now, I'm sure with this new injection of capital, they'll be looking to acquire different businesses to bolt on and grow their product offering, right? Because there's definitely more room for growth in their product portfolio. Now, if you're not already in this play, it might be a good idea to put them on your watch list. This stock does react very favorably to news that it does come out with. We saw what happened when they announced that they're coming out with a new product. That share price surged, and we could see big spikes in that share price again. They've got a lot going for them, new products, new geographies, right? There's a lot on the table for Galaxy. Now I do like this play under 3 cent. If you can catch them under 3 cent, do consider grabbing a few shares in Galaxy. As always, thanks for tuning in today. If you're new, do go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become part of the StockFix family. Also, do check out the link to the Patreon down below where you get access to the Discord, and we've got a whole load of channels for you guys. If you're new, if you're fresh into investing, brand new beginner, I've set up a channel for you guys where you can come over and ask me any questions that you've got. Again, if you're intermediate or a bit more advanced, we've got channels for you guys as well, and we're looking to start some option plays over there. So guys, as I always say, do check into the channel each and every day. Stock market is rapidly moving. You never want to miss a beat. I'll catch you guys on the next one.